Kai Forbath set to kick it away for the Vikings. And off we go from the Twin Cities. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Play action. Now Garoppolo. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 23. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Second down, Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And strong running there, gets this up over the 15-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Airing it deep for Garcon. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run it with McKinnon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Garoppolo, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. McKinnon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here we go. Lucky 50.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. The 20. The left side caught by Diggs. A good pickup there, a 22. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. Let's 50.
Now they'll run. Murray. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Cousins now on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. third and goal for Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Forbath, the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Caught left side, Garcon. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Play action, Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 56 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold to add the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And out now come the Vikings. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Cousins on first down. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Past the 20. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Give him 30 yards there. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Final play of the half. Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. A first down throw for Cousins. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Eric Armstead in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Eric Armstead in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Let's just take it around the 12. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Play fake. Garoppolo. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Eric Kendricks not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. He spins free, and he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down, Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Hey, flipper, flipper. Hey, the hut, whatever it is. Yellow, 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 yellow.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Hoping for a 4th down stop. Instead, they flinch and move the chains. Flinch,
jump, not watching the ball, all the sins that you're not supposed to commit, they come into play there.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Cousins. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They run once more with McKinnon. Again with a juke. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now McKinnon. They find some open field here. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. 20. 31 yards there and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's McKinnon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. In the backfield, standing alone on 2nd and goal is McKinnon.
21, 21.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Third and goal, here's the option left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And Gold is able to put it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? The answer's pretty evident to me.
And now out comes Minnesota. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling